Did you know that while Cancer is often portrayed as the nurturing, emotional mom of the Zodiac, there's an eerie, unpredictable side to their personality that rarely gets the spotlight? Beneath their soft, protective shell lies a wealth of bizarre behaviors, emotional complexities, and even some downright negative traits that might make you rethink your perception of this sensitive water sign. You've probably heard that Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is the planet of emotions, intuition, and maternal energy. On the surface, this makes them appear like the ultimate caregivers, deeply in tune with their own feelings and those of others. But here's the first weird fact: Cancer's emotional depth often morphs into emotional manipulation. While Cancer's empathy is their superpower, they have a secret knack for using those emotions to control the people around them. In relationships, they may guilt-trip their partner or family members without even realizing it, making them feel indebted or responsible for Cancer's happiness. It doesn't end there. Cancers are notorious for their mood swings. You might know this already, but what you might not know is how dramatically their moods can change. We're not just talking about a little emotional fluctuation here. One minute they're calm and nurturing, and the next they're brooding in the corner, refusing to talk. What makes it so bizarre is that these mood swings often come out of nowhere, leaving their loved ones baffled and unsure of what triggered the shift. Cancers can swing from being the most loving, supportive person in your life to suddenly feeling like a stormy stranger, all because of an offhand comment or a perceived slight that they'll never actually tell you about. Talk about unpredictable. Speaking of unpredictable, let's talk about Cancer's obsession with the past. This sign is known for being sentimental, which sounds sweet until you realize that Cancers hoard their emotions, memories, and grudges like a treasure chest they refuse to open. They live in their own personal nostalgia bubble, constantly replaying memories, both good and bad. This emotional hoarding can hold them back from moving on and embracing the future. Cancer will drag out old wounds long after everyone else has forgotten, reminding you of that thing you said 3 years ago that hurt their feelings, even though they never mentioned it at the time. It's as if they can't help but live in the past, nursing their emotional injuries, rather than healing them. It's no wonder they can come off as passive-aggressive. Instead of addressing issues head-on, they let them fester and silently brood. Here's where things get even weirder. Cancer has a tendency to self-sabotage without even realizing it. In their desire to protect themselves from getting hurt, they often build emotional walls so high that they become impossible to scale. This constant need for emotional protection can lead Cancer to push people away just when they need them most. They retreat into their shell at the first sign of conflict, sometimes leaving their loved ones bewildered and hurt by their sudden withdrawal. But what's really going on is that Cancer is terrified of being vulnerable. They crave intimacy, but simultaneously fear it, which leads to a confusing push-pull dynamic of their relationships. One moment they're completely devoted, and the next, they've disappeared into their emotional cave. Now, let's address another little-known and not-so-flattering trait: Cancer's possessiveness. While they appear to be loving and nurturing, which they are, they also have a strong tendency to cling. They form deep emotional attachments to people, and sometimes they hold on too tightly. Their fear of abandonment drives them to keep loved ones as close as possible, often crossing the line into possessiveness. Cancer may smother their partner with affection or become overly concerned with their whereabouts, leading to feelings of suffocation in relationships. This behavior stems from Cancer's deep-seated fear of loss. They love so deeply that the mere thought of losing someone they care about sends them into a tailspin, which ironically can push people away. But perhaps one of the most bizarre traits of Cancer is their ability to mirror the emotions of others. This emotional chameleon quality means that Cancer often takes on the mood of the room, for better or for worse. While this makes them great at empathizing and understanding others, It also means they're prone to absorbing negative emotions like a sponge. Have you ever noticed how a Cancer will start feeling anxious or upset when someone else is in a bad mood? It's because they've internalized that energy and made it their own. This can lead to intense emotional exhaustion, as Cancer often feels weighed down by emotions that don't even belong to them. Now that we've peeled back the layers of Cancer's quirky, sometimes difficult personality, let's talk about how they can use lucky charms and practices to soften these traits and bring out the best in themselves. One of the most powerful stones for Cancer is Moonstone, which is deeply connected to the Moon, their ruling planet. Moonstone is known to help balance emotions, soothe anxiety, and encourage emotional openness. For Cancer, who often struggles with mood swings and emotional intensity, wearing or carrying Moonstone can provide a calming influence, helping them navigate their emotions without becoming overwhelmed. Another great charm for Cancer is Rose Quartz, the stone of unconditional love. Rose Quartz helps Cancer open up their heart without fear of rejection or loss. It promotes self-love and emotional healing, which is crucial for Cancer, as they tend to carry emotional wounds with them for far too long. Rose Quartz encourages Cancer to forgive, let go of past hurts, and embrace love in all its forms without becoming possessive. Cancer can also benefit from incorporating water-based rituals into their daily life. As a water sign, Cancer is naturally drawn to the healing powers of water. Taking regular baths, especially with soothing salts or oils, can help Cancer wash away the emotional residue they pick up from others. Even something as simple as meditating near water or listening to ocean sounds can help Cancer reconnect with their emotional center and find balance. These rituals remind Cancer of their fluid nature and help them go with the flow, rather than clinging to the past. Cancer, your ability to love deeply and care for others is one of your greatest gifts, but it's important not to let that love turn into emotional control or possessiveness. You have an incredible capacity for empathy, but don't forget to set boundaries, both for yourself and others. It's okay to take care of people, but you need to allow them the space to grow and flourish on their own terms. Clinging too tightly will only push people away. It's also time to let go of the past, Cancer. Yes, your memories are precious, and you're sentimental by nature, but holding on to old wounds and grudges only weighs you down. Embrace the present moment and trust that you are safe, even if things don't go according to plan. You don't have to build emotional walls to protect yourself. Vulnerability is scary, but it's also the key to deeper connections and more fulfilling relationships. Lastly, learn to release the emotions that aren't yours. Your ability to empathize is a gift, but it's also a burden if you don't protect your energy. Practice letting go of the feelings you absorb from others and focus on nurturing your own emotional well-being. When you find that balance, Cancer, you'll be able to offer your love and care in a way that's healthy for both you and those around you. Remember, dear Cancer, you are stronger than you realize. You have the ability to navigate your emotional waters with grace and wisdom, as long as you don't let fear hold you back. Embrace the flow of life, trust in your resilience, and open your heart without hesitation. The world is waiting for the full expression of your nurturing, intuitive self.